Hello, my name is Emma, and I'm a senior majoring in apparel merchandising and minoring in public relations. This summer, I'm part of the community outreach team here in the Sorority and Fraternity Engagement Office. And today, myself and my five counterparts will be presenting to you about the sorority and fraternity community. So thank you for watching.
What is a sorority or fraternity? Many of you might not know anything about sororities or fraternities. Some of you may only know what you have seen on TV shows or movies, and some of you may be members of sororities or fraternities yourselves. This presentation will show what sororities and fraternities mean to our community at Iowa State. A sorority and fraternity is a local, international, and national organization. This means that there are chapters in Ames around the United States and around the world. It is a social organization, which means that there are opportunities to get to know the members of your chapter, but also the members of chapters across our sorority and fraternity community. It is also a lifelong membership. There are many organizations at Iowa State that you will have the opportunity to be involved with for your time here at Iowa State. But being a member of a sorority or fraternity means that you will be a member for life.
To begin, we're going to start by looking at some fast facts relating to the sorority and fraternity community here at Iowa State. Across the Iowa State community, approximately 1 in 6 undergraduate students are involved in the sorority and fraternity community. This equates to around 4,392 members across the community. These members are spread across 59 different organizations, across 4 councils, and 43 of these organizations have chapter facilities where their students will spend their time during the school year. Additionally, in 2018, our members had a 99.2% first-year retention rate. This means that members who joined our community in 2018 had a 99.2% chance of returning to Iowa State for their sophomore year. Additionally, all 4 of our councils have received national recognition from the Association of Fraternal Leadership and Values Conference, held every year in the beginning of February.
The sorority and fraternity community values are 5 values that all chapters pride themselves on in our community that include academics, civic engagement, friendship, leadership, and social justice. We will go into detail about each of these values in the upcoming slides.
The sorority and fraternity community at Iowa State values academics because ultimately we're all here to further our education first. By joining this community, you can gain access to a lot of different resources, such as tutor assistance, scholarship opportunities, and maybe most importantly, mentorship and support. I remember my first semester at Iowa State and how much I struggled. I was in a major I didn't enjoy, and I was taking classes that I found really frustrating. One of my sorority sisters reached out to me and just kind of asked me how I was doing and how she could help. She ended up connecting me with a junior in my chapter who had taken the majority of the classes that I was in, and those 2 really helped me get by that first semester. When I decided I wanted to change my major, I had over 140 women to ask questions to and get real feedback from. I ended up connecting with a group of women in event management, and they helped me figure out how to change my major and what classes I needed to take to stay on track. And now I love all of my classes, and I was able to raise my overall cumulative GPA by over 1.5 points. I didn't know it at the time that I joined, but my sorority has had such a large impact on my academic experience at Iowa State, and I'm confident that I would not be anywhere near as academically successful going into my senior year without my sorority or this community.
Our commitment to civic engagement is one of the reasons that I am so proud to be a member of the sorority and fraternity community here at Iowa State. We live out this value by hosting philanthropic events as well as participating in community service opportunities. The difference between those 2 are that a philanthropy is a time when a chapter will come together and raise money for their chosen cause, and community service is more of a hands-on volunteer opportunity that usually happens in the Ames area. In high school, I had helped raise money for the tennis team and for bands, but I've never truly supported a cause that didn't end up going back to supporting myself. When I went through primary recruitment 3 years ago, I didn't even know that joining a chapter that was civically engaged was a priority to me. But as the recruitment week went on and I learned more and more about the causes that all of our chapters supported and how much of a difference that the community makes on these organizations, I knew that it wasn't just a priority to join a chapter that felt like home, but it had become a priority to me to join a chapter that used its incredible influence to create positive change in the Ames community, in the country, in the world, all of it. I wanted to make a difference. I was hooked. So 3 years later, here I am going into my senior year. Some of my very favorite memories as a community member are at my chapter's philanthropy events or just completing service hours with my sorority sisters. Every Greek week and homecoming, we raise money for the Lutheran Services of Iowa and for the Special Olympics. Those opportunities to work with my sisters as well as our teammates in both of those events have been so much fun. And looking back, those are the best memories that I've made. So getting hooked on that commitment service made a huge impact on my time here. And in turn, me and my sisters and community members get to make an impact on the world, which I think is truly amazing. And it's one of the reasons that I am so proud to say that I am a part of this community. I love it. I love bragging to people about it. And I'm so proud of the differences that all of us have made.
One of the most recognizable values of the Iowa State sorority and fraternity community is friendship. Throughout your time at Iowa State, you will have the opportunity to meet hundreds of people from all different backgrounds and make friends greater than you could ever imagine. The sorority and fraternity community helps accentuate this experience by providing you lifelong friendships through the brotherhood, siblinghood, or sisterhood you will find within your chapter. These friends are constantly there to encourage and inspire you as you pursue your long-term goals, and will be by your side as you attend philanthropy events, perform in front of the community and lip sync and yell like hell, or blast music with the windows down during those 1 a.m. snack runs. For me, this is exactly what happened when I joined my chapter. As part of our new member process, I was paired with an older member named Blake, who was to serve as my mentor throughout my first semester in the chapter. I was excited to have an easy new friend, but I was not prepared for the connection that would fundamentally change my life. Blake was a constant motivator and support for me throughout my first semester in the chapter, driving me to try things and seize opportunities I never would have had the courage to do without him. He is now my best friend, and even though he has since graduated, I still remain in touch with him as he is out changing the world. I would not have found that life-changing friendship without my organization, and I can thank the friendship found in this community for making me who I am today.
The sorority and fraternity community here at Iowa State really promotes leadership. Leadership is a fundamental piece in all organizations, regardless of the size. There's always a project to assist with, a meeting to attend, and a new role to be fulfilled. With joining my organization in council, I really grew tremendously as a leader. The chapter I had joined recently reactivated, so there was much room for growth and leadership to ensure the continuation of the chapter's success. By doing so, I became my chapter's secretary, as well as managing the logistical operations of our other company. By doing so successfully, I became way more confident in my ability to lead and pursued more leadership opportunities as they came my way. This is something I am extremely happy and glad to say that the Iowa State community helped.
The sorority and fraternity community is dedicated to creating a safe and welcoming environment for current and prospective members. We are inclusive of all because we understand that each person in our community has a unique experience and background. Chapters are provided with programming on a variety of different topics that help educate the different challenging topics on diversity. Coming from a small town in Iowa, I wasn't exposed to much diversity until I came to ISU. Although ISU has diversity in their students, I still didn't feel like I had a community to relate to me. That was until I joined the Multicultural Greek Council. I was greeted with open arms into a community that was founded on diversity and was proud of their unique identities. MGC created a safe environment by providing education with different workshops and events that centered around spreading awareness for various issues in the multicultural community. It allowed me a place to discuss my experience as an Asian American student, as well as opening my viewpoint on what others in the community have gone through. With these new viewpoints I gained, it taught me to listen to the voices that needed to be heard, spreading awareness for each cause, and continuing the fight against social injustice. Iowa State's sorority and fraternity community has 4 councils: the Collegiate Panhellenic Council, the Interfraternity Council, the Multicultural Council, and the National Panhellenic Council. These 4 councils are the umbrella councils for our chapters. All of our chapters are members of the sorority and fraternity community as a whole, but each of our chapters is associated with one of these councils. These chapters belong to the separate councils because they all have similar missions and/or purposes.
The word that comes to mind when I think of the Collegiate Panhellenic Council is empowerment. Our organizations were founded because women were unable to join other male-based organizations and they wanted a place to grow and belong. Even all these years later, CPC provides a place for women to build friendships, gain leadership skills, empower one another, and find a place to call home at Iowa State. If you're interested in joining a CPC sorority, registration for our primary recruitment event is now open. To find the link to register and learn more about CPC, check out our website. And for more frequent updates, follow us on social media at Iowa State CPC and at ISU Penny Panhellenic.
The Interfraternity Council, commonly referred to as IFC, exists to create better men through well-developed academic support systems and numerous professional growth opportunities, including positions of leadership, many experiences of teamwork, and alumni mentorship. IFC is composed of 30 fraternities, 28 of which have chapter facilities. IFC's recruitment process is continuous, meaning it happens 365 days a year. The two main methods are formal and informal. Formal recruitment includes our structured events, including IFC Experience, which occurs in the spring, and Fall Formal Recruitment, which occurs in the fall. Informal recruitment refers to unstructured recruitment, which includes individual chapter outreach and summer recruitment. If you would like to learn more about IFC and our joining process, check out the additional IFC video and IFC guide posted on the Office of Sorority and Fraternity Engagement website, and follow us on Instagram at Iowa State IFC.
The Multicultural Greek Council, known as MGC, is the governing council for 8 chapters that include 3 fraternities and 5 sororities that have a main foundation of diversity across each chapter, including Latina, Latino, Latinx, Asian Pacific Islander, multicultural, and LGBTQIA+ communities. MGC recruitment is the time towards the beginning of the semester where you are able to meet the different chapters during MGC week and each chapter's individual recruitment weeks. Intake is a membership selection process conducted by MGC chapters. Each chapter holds their intake later in the academic year, typically because they do not accept a student for membership until the student has an established Iowa State GPA. Some chapters accept first-term freshmen, while others do not, and each chapter does intake differently. Please feel free to reach out to each chapter to learn more about what their process is like. Meet the Greeks is an event that both MGC and MPHC host, but are 2 separate events. Meet the Greeks is your opportunity to learn more about the multicultural fraternity and sorority members at ISU. You can meet members, talk about their values, and allow the chapters to get to know you. MGC Week is also included with different events held each night for you to get to know more about our community. If you have any more questions, feel free to look at our MGC guide that is posted on the SFB website.
The National Panhellenic Council, also known as NPHC, consists of 9 historically Black fraternities and sororities, known as the Divine Nine. Here at ISU, we have 2 fraternities and 2 sororities out of the 9 that make up the council, being Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, and Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. The MPHC intake process consists of having an established Iowa State GPA, getting to know chapter members through community service and social events hosted by chapters. MPHC Meet the Greeks, which is an opportunity to learn more about the National Panhellenic Council at Iowa State University, as well as the individual chapters that make up the council.
Here is a list of ways that you can stay connected with us. You can email us, you can call us, or you can follow us on a variety of social media platforms. All of those links will take you to individual council and chapter information as well if you're looking for something specific. Otherwise, we love answering your questions. We love connecting with you guys, so please don't hesitate to reach out if you think of literally anything at all. Thank you for listening to our presentation.